Yeah, let me show you what I've got here. Go to YouTube. Got a buddy here asking for help. So once this guy comes up, the message was, there you go. Initially, he had issues with the object automation that I coded. So after that, he was unable to see the issues. Why? And I told him, send me the application so I can debug it. Email you, sir. So let me give him a thumbs up, and then we'll say, I'll look into email. Yeah, and we'll let you know. All right. So, but that's not the issues that I want to make a recording here. Here is the issues. Here is the issues. So when I open this booger up, and then here's O menu. O menu. So it says, okay, Outlook has blocked your access, a potentially unsafe attachment. So how are you gonna get that? You can't even access it. I mean, you can't access it. Alright, so let me show you how to get this thing, right? So this is two videos in one, two how-tos in one video. The first how-to is to open the attachment. The second how-to is to debug the application. Well, good morning. I think I said that earlier, but good morning again. Just got a fresh brewed coffee. That smells good. All right. Yeah, let's close this Outlook email. What you need to do is to let's go to registry. There you go, that right there, and just do run as admin. All right. Here is the registry. What we want to do is we want to keep it's under this current user here, which is myself. So I'm going to look for software. Let's make this guy bigger. Hope you can see that. I'm going to make this guy bigger. As a matter of fact, last time I forgot to turn on my highlighter. Let me turn on my highlighter. Alright, there you go. Let's see, Microsoft, there. And scroll down, we're looking for Office. See there. And we're looking for Outlook, there. And let's see what else we can look in here. Oh no, we don't want to look in there. Let's look in the version there. We're looking for a version of Office that we have. So yours might be different. All right, yours might be 10 right here. Okay. So look for your Office, your version. Either 16. I think there's a 20. All right, mine is 16. So now I'm looking for the Outlook. Yeah, looking for Outlook. And we are going to go down. This is my version right there, PST. So, but we are looking for security. Let's click on the security. So in the security right here, what we need to do, right? We need to add a new string value. String value pair. So let's type in level 1 remove. It just tells it, hey, I want to remove certain things in here. I I want to remove the level 1 security. That's what it means. All right. Level 1 remove means remove the security for level 1. You know what I mean? Security level 1. That the security level 1 is one of the security level 1s is the attachment. All right, or potential file or potential unsafe files in the coming down to your system. Come down your computer. All right, let's double click on it and then add dot. Let's see. I think the access. Now this dot right here is the extension of whatever files you want to receive through emails. All right. So in my case, it is sccdb. sccdb. Let's validate that. See right here, sccdb. All right. So we just validate. I can leave that there. So that is the extension that the Outlook is blocking. Now, if you want to unblock other ones like exp, you can put .exp. All right, so I'm just gonna do that. See there, I got that extension. All right, let's close the booger out. Matter of fact, yeah, what I like to do here, I'm just gonna go back in there. Yep. What I like to do in here, I don't want that guy to be expanded. It gets a little confusing. You know, every once in a while I come in here, I don't want to look at everybody. I want to collapse this guy, make it nice and pretty, you know, and make sure that thing is selected because it remembers when you last had it. So if you leave that thing open like that, it will come back to where you were. So which is pretty smart. All right, let's close that down, and now let's go to Outlook. Let's go to Outlook, and if you click on the email, you should be able to download the Git thing. There you go. You see there? All right. Yeah, you know what? Those characters got accent. I might not be able to read this. That is that Italian? What language is that? Anyways, let's save this guy. Oh yeah, I might have to ask him what language, what country he's from. But we're gonna save this guy. Where do we want to save this guy? I want to look at where I put all the stuff. Yeah, the D drive. Yeah, let's put that in a D drive. I move all my access stuff out. So, but let's move it. Yeah, let's get that into the D drive. D drive. What was I? There. D access. Let's create a new project. And we're gonna give this a name, Gastao, without accents. Bio, something like that. All right. So let's put that name in there. And then you know what? I'm gonna save different name because yeah, to be consistent, you want to make sure the names do not have any spaces. All right, to be consistent. It's just the old habit. It's my old habit. So I'm just gonna call this actually oops, hold on, try that again. You know what I did there, right? I hit escape and it said, oh, you just escaped yourself. So I'll just go back in there. I want to what I want to do is just want to remove all the spaces here, all right, including my name. All right, so your application, you should, or even naming the files, be consistent, unless it's a Word document or Excel make sure you make sure you name your documents appropriately. Access is an application. If you notice the files in, let's take a look at this. Yeah, I know this. I'm off the tangent line here. If you notice when you go in here, any one of these guys, I have no idea where I'm going here. Let's go to where I know. What about logs? Yeah, let's look at the logs. For example, all these logs right here. You see they don't have spaces there. All right. So when you name your stuff, your file especially, you see that there are no spaces in there. Look, you don't have spaces in there. So it's just the old habit that I acquired. And yeah, you don't want to name even these guys right here. You look in any one of these things, see, they don't have spaces in the file name. That goes to everything. All right, that goes to everything. So when you name your file, make sure you don't make spaces. All right, see there, we don't have spaces in the file names, any file names in this system. So just so that you know, and like I said, it's my old habit, and I want to keep it that way, which is a good habit in this case. All right. Now, there is an exception. All right. The file for Word document, the PDF, all right, and the like, something that is not programmable, then you can use this, like I said, Albert Einstein here. Okay. All right. So just be mindful when you're saving files. What type of files are you saving? If it's a Word doc, PDF, you can, or even Excels. All right. Now even Excels, I try to type in with no spaces. All right. But that's yeah. If you conform to those naming conventions, it's easier to find things and program things, because programs, when they read files, they don't expect any spaces in the file name. So there you go, we got file name without spaces. All right, so let's click on that, and I'm gonna close this out. I don't usually get email, you see there. And that's why I don't check emails a lot of the time. I do check email once a week, maybe twice, maybe once a week, maybe once every 2 weeks. All right, let's open this guy up. Let's see what's going on here. All right, enable that. He was saying something with the object automation right here. So I'm gonna, instead of, well, you know what, let's open that guy up. Oh, that looks nice. That looks nicer than mine there. What's his name? Did I lose his name? Uh-oh. What's his name? It's in the folder here. Oh. Gastao. Well, Gastao. Yeah, that thing looks nice. Gastao. Ah, there you go. You got some tables in there. All right. So he was saying, if he select one of these tables, look at that. Okay, that's a table. Okay, so let's select one of these, and then create. Nothing happens. Ah, okay. All right, so let's help him out here. Let's go to a design view. Let's help him out. I have no idea. Oh, he's commented out. That's why. All right, so let's do this. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. All right. So when you click, you come in there, I think. try that one again. That's what we did, right? We'll go in there, yep. And let's uncomment this out. Let's try to see what's going on. What's going on? Okay, there you go. Okay, so I see he's trying to mimicking what I tried to do here, which is good. I'm gonna control save on that with that commented out, and now let's run it and let's take a look at what is going on. Well, that's pretty easy to debug. See there? I already know the issues. Just reading the pop-up message. One would expect the argument is invalid. It says wrong number of argument or invalid property assignment. Alright, so that means right here, this message, it means that this object right here, this module, object, automation, create object, these right here, it expects the different number of parameters. So if I'm not mistaken, you have more than one parameters in this parentheses, or the object name is not defined, or it's the parameter is mistyped. All right. See, it says invalid property assignment. Either this txt table name is typed incorrectly, meaning, you know, is it a string number and all sort of that. So we're gonna debug this. This is pretty easy here. So yeah, anytime you see this error, I can tell right now this is pretty easy to debug, I think. Well, let's take a look at it. So we're gonna go in here. It should be in here. There you go. Now we're gonna look at the function here, or subroutine here. So let's go in there. It's create a class object. Create class object. Where is the create class object? Where is it? Right here. So that guy right here does not have parameter. See? There you go. It needs a parameter. So you're trying to pass in a parameter that this function does not require. Let me see. Right here. So you pass in the table, but that function says, I don't need any parameter. Alright? So how do you do this? Oh, let's see. It said get class, table name right here, object, set, and then yeah, right there, get class object. Get class object requires table, and it creates a column. So I'm trying to think back what I had done here. This has been like over 2 years ago. So, but we can follow these guys and find out what's going on. All right. But that object right there says create object. And it jumps down here. Create object. Let's see. This guy right here is a global to this file, which is right here. All right. Okay. So we're gonna follow through with this. I think you mistype here, Mister. If I'm not mistaken, because it's been so long, this right here should be private. I'm gonna put private in there. We don't want to expose this to outside. Alright, if I'm not mistaken, I'll go ahead and stop this guy right here. I think close. I think we know where we are going with this. Alright, so that function is yeah, that function right there is a private, because we would, I believe, I'm not sure here, we got to follow through with line by line here. You don't want to expose that to outside, meaning out away from this file. We want this guy to function within this file. Alright, and then what you do here, yeah, I think what you do here, Mister, just looking at this, like I said, it's been so long. I'm gonna copy this guy right here, get class object. I'm gonna copy. Alright, and then I'm just gonna follow through with this thing. Oh, whoa, where did it go? Right here, right there. Set column, get property, set new. Okay, so create object right here. This is what we are interested in. So class is initialized. I'm trying to think here, Mister. In order to use this right here, you have to set it. And I don't see you set that guy anywhere in here. Alright, so what needs to happen here, you need to pass in the table name. I'm just trying to think out loud here. Let's call this table name as string. Alright, because that guy, when you call it from right here, you see that you pass in this table name. Alright, but the object, the function that defined was empty here. It was like this. So that's why I said, okay, that's the number of parameters is not right or something. So that's what you need. Alright, now before you do the for loop here, what you need to set these columns. Alright, and so now I want to find out why did I do this. Alright, it says that create function, save, retrieve, and delete. Okay, right here, call set table, set column. So you just call this guy. Now I'm trying to think what this guy does right here. I'm trying to think what this guy does here. Oh, let's do that. Let's follow through. Let's not sure what it is, but I'm gonna try to class initialization. That's a set new property on the bottom. So let's try this. I'm gonna do class. Oops, my bad. I'm going to because this function right here is a function and returns a string. So what we need to do is we need to set a string to get this information. So let's do that. I'm gonna scroll down, create right here, and I'm going to use this class initialization right here, which I don't have no idea what it is, but we're gonna try it anyways. I noticed it says right here too. Alright, so let's do that. Let's do class initialize equals the function, and we're going to pass in the table name there. All right, because that function is a function returns a string. So I'm gonna stop right here. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna stop right here. I'm gonna do a debug print, and then I'm gonna type in, I want to see what's going on here, just like so, and then we can remove that debug print later. All right, let's stop. Let's save, and let's take a look at this thing again. Okay. Command create quad. Okay. Create quad. So you know what? Let me do this. Let's work at one at a time. I want to comment out that guy first. Let's see what's going on here before we, let's comment out this guy. Let's debug this guy one at a time. All right. So let's continue. All right. Obviously that function that you're calling does not exist. So we're gonna look at this table right here, this guy right here. Okay, create class object. That's what you're gonna do, create class object. So why would you set, this is setting this to the same thing. That doesn't, you haven't done anything here and you set it to here. This class object, I'm gonna comment out that guy because that, I have no idea why it's there. Obviously you don't want to set to your stuff right here, not yet. It doesn't have anything here. So I'm just gonna comment out that guy and F8. See, right now that object is empty. Now let's go to the set columns here. So I'm going to go ahead and follow through with it. Go to set column, and this should set the name and the type. Okay, that should set the name and the type. Let's continue. Okay, no error. Let's continue. Come on. And F8, continue. Okay, now we're gonna do the quad function, create quad function right here. Oh, that's what you were trying to do it. Let me see. Create quad function right here. Yeah, you were doing outside, no wonder. Okay, so let's go back. And I'm just going to let it go, and I'm going to do the type debug print, and here I want to say get class object, like so. All right, and let's continue. I'm gonna jump to right here, continue. Let's F8. Nothing. It didn't. Nothing. Didn't get anything. Did not get anything. All right. Now it says create class. Now, well, yeah, that's kind of weird. So we're gonna make this guy happen. All right, we're gonna make this guy happen. So I'm gonna jump right here. Continue. All right, so we should have something here. Type, okay. Again, I'm gonna do right here, debug, print, class, initialize. Actually, I don't want to do it there. I will stay in the loop. I want to make sure it finishes and then comes out. I want to do it right there. So I'm going to jump out from the loop. Yeah, the for loop. I want to jump out the for loop. And now let's take a look what it's got. Okay. All right. Okay, that's good. That's good. There's one thing there I don't see here. Where is it set? You initialize that. Okay. All right. So let's continue. Let's continue. If the variable is so and so, do this. All right. So now I'm gonna copy that guy. Trying to be lazy here, and this is how you would debug and kind of follow through what each function does, what each line does. So I'm going to stop right here, and then let's take a look at the print. F8. Look, same thing. You didn't add a private and this and that to here. And the variable does not have, okay, that guy, that should, right here, you have to add the variable in there, right? So add this guy. So this object would be, oh, I see. I was looking at different things. Yeah, that I would have been, yeah. I should have been looking at this guy right here instead. All right, so let's continue. Let's see if let's see what happened out here. There you go. There you go. All right, so I notice private as string and this private D date. So that's looking good right there. That's all you have to do. That looks right there. That looks right there. All right, that looks a little big, so I'm gonna, I don't know if I should do this one, but let's make this guy smaller so I can see that. Look, oh, there is one. Okay, maybe it's my monitor, but anyway, that's it. That's all you have to do. Cancel that. Let's save this guy. Let's go back in here. That's all you have to do to get that going. And you can see where I right here, you don't need that, okay? And I'm gonna take this guy out, the debug out. You don't need it there, all right? And you set this guy to a private because you want this function to live in here and not exposed to the outside environment. It might get cold, right? It's cold outside. And this is where you could pass in the name, and you didn't pass in the name, all right? And so in order to use these guys, you have to call this object right here, the object that I say it needs to be inside here. You see there? Not that one, or this one. You need to call this function right here, and that need to be private. All right, get class object. So what I was saying, I was distracted a little bit there. Where was I? Oh, set new, nope, not there. Oh, right here. So when you call create class object, you call this guy, okay? Get class object is, it sets the table here, all right? Because without this table column set, you cannot do the for loop, all right? Without that table set column, you cannot do the for loop. And this right here, get class object, up here it sets the column. See there, sets column. So you gotta set the column, right? And I'm gonna take that out. set the column, and what was I? Right here. All right. So you set that guy to class initialization, and then just continue down. Okay. And that's all you have to do. I'm just going to take the debug out here, the one I debug. All right. And I'm just going to format this guy to my liking, since this application is mine now. Just kidding. There. All right. And that should be good right there. I'll go ahead and take that guy out as well. And that should be good. All right. So I'm gonna close that out, and I comment this out. You don't need all this. All right. Maybe you were doing a test. One thing that you need to add is this guy right here. Let me give you another function. All right. Give you another function. Let me think here. So what we need here, we need to identify, make sure there is a table first before we go in there, before we do anything. All right. So let's go into class automation here. Now, let's see, what can we do here? Properties. Yep. Okay, so we can, yeah, that's fine. We can add a function in here. All right. Now you can add. Make sure you put, all your functions and subroutine. Make sure they're in the right place. All right. So what I want to do here, I want to say, function. How about table name exists? Table name exists. Yeah. And this will require the variable table name as string, and we're gonna validate it as boolean, true or false. All right. Now, when you create a class like this or function like this, make sure you add the error handling too. All right. Because if you don't do that, it's just going to follow through. All right. So make sure you do error handling. But in this case, I'm not going to do that for you. All right. We're going to add maybe a message. All right. I'm just going to add a message. All right. If in case we get anything other than what we expect. All right. So let's find out if this variable name is a table. All right. So we're going to say if not, actually, yeah, if not, it's no. We want to make sure we have something there. As table, I'm thinking as I'm doing. Then, all right, else, we're going to say, how about either the database table does not exist, yeah, or yeah, how about VBCRLF? Yeah, let's do that. Or the name is mistyped. There you go. And then we're going to say VB. Let's add another line, character line here. VB0LF. And then we're going to say, please check your input. There. You know what? These guys seem to be real close together there. And then we just, oops, what the, oh, we got two, my bad. And then we're just going to say, message box, MS box, MSG, we're going to put information. How about exclamation? Yeah, let's do exclamation. VB exclamation, and then I'm going to put what else? We're going to put table not exists. There you go. So we'll put that message in there. So when it comes in here, it will say, okay, something's not right. All right. And then we can put in here. Okay, you know what? My bad. I'm just going to copy that. This is not where it lives. Yeah, we're just gonna right. We don't need that, because if it's no, then we don't want to do anything. Now let's validate. If not, oops, it not exists. If not, it's no. We're gonna look up the lookup. All right, the lookup name, and this is the system name. All right, the system name is Microsoft Sys Objects. All right, and then this guy is the criteria. All right, which is name equals. All right, so we say, okay, please look up this name from this object, which is MS objects, and the name is S table name. All right, S table name, and let's see, we need to add the single quote inside there. Make sure you add, because it's a string, make sure you add single quote in there. So, and that's and then else and if. That's where we want the message to be. All right, so in here then we can say this table exists. True. All right, so let's see if that works. Let's see if that works. I think that will work. Yeah, I think that will work. So let's save that. We need to validate this before we do anything to it. All right, before we calling this object. Obviously, we got to have a table before we create an object. Okay, so we're gonna say this is good right here. If not, it's no, and object automation table exists. Then we do this table name. See there? All right, so we're gonna test this out. Let's save. All right, now I'm gonna take all this out because I'm not gonna send this to you. You just follow what I did here. All right, so Gastao, yeah, Gastao. Just follow what I did here. So if that guy is not null and this table exists, then do this. All right, and now if you call this guy, table doesn't exist, it's gonna bark at you. Okay, it's gonna bark at you. As a matter of fact, you can take this out. Matter of fact, you can take that out. Why? Because in here we already check if it's null. You see? You see there? We already check if it's null. So you can leave that out. The other ones. All right. So save. Let's open this guy up and take a look. Okay. So if it's null, so it can be null. All right. It can be null. So it can be null. So let's do that again. When it can be null, we're gonna fix it so where it doesn't bark at us. We'll come back in here. We know it's going to be something there, so we'll just take this guy out. Take this if out. either if, it doesn't matter, and if. And then we're just going to dress this guy up nicely. There. Alright, so now we can bring this guy back. If not, it's no. And copy there and put that guy back in there. So there was, that's where it was. So we're gonna validate this is not null and this guy exists. All right, let's try that. So if we click on right now, it said it's null. It cannot be null. All right, it cannot be null. See that right here? This function is required. It cannot be null. So what needs to happen here? We need to push this guy down. Then if, yeah, this is good right here. You see how I'm doing it now? We just do like so. Alright, so we're gonna validate this guy, make sure it's not null before we calling this guy name exists, and then if this guy validates, it's just gonna go right there. Otherwise, it's gonna do nothing. Alright, so like that. That looks good right there. Let's control S. Let's continue. There you go. It's not gonna do anything because that's nothing. Alright. Now what if we type in something? You see there? The text you enter isn't in the list. Oh, you got a drop down list. Okay. Alright, so we'll select one of these guys. Alright. Now we're gonna test this guy. Make sure, you know, yeah, let's test this guy. Let's test this guy. We're gonna set this guy to something other than that name list. So we're gonna do this. We're gonna do equals. Yeah. Alright, and then let's get a little fancy. Let's format. I'm trying to think here. Either the database does not exist, or okay, so yeah, let's make this a little fancy here. Yep, and I'm gonna put the table names in here. Yeah, that way I can see my name pop up, you know. So either the database table Jack, I'm gonna put a single quote around it, does not exist, or the name is misspelled. Okay, so there you go. Save. I'm gonna save that. Yep, that's fine. So we're gonna test this out using my name and see what it does. Alright, let's continue. Okay, so let me select one of those guys. Either the database table Jack, see, I typed that guy in there, does not exist, or the name is misspelled. Well, obviously it's gonna exist if you're going to make a list right here. All right, if you're gonna make a list right here, so I'm gonna, but it's appropriate to always validate your stuff. All right, it's always validate your stuff. But anyways, I'm gonna take that out. All right. All right, so that's how you do it. That's pretty nice and simple. So I'm gonna do this. Great, and there it is. So let's validate this guy is correct here. I'm gonna copy. Yeah, you need to add a select, you know, select all here. Add a button here. When you click, it says select all. All right. Let's copy all of these guys. I'm gonna open up my notepad, my favorite notepad, and you probably see a whole bunch of dingies right here. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Anyways, yeah, lots of work programming there. Okay, anyways, let's take a look at this guy, see if it's appropriately named. So we got that, let get good, exactly what we want. Let product. Get. Perfect. Good. So far so good. Alright, but that's how that's it. That's how you do it. Debug. Let me recap what I done here. It's not that big a deal. What happened here? Initially, let's go back. Let me close that out. Initially, you were calling this guy. Alright, this object, create class object, and passing in this table name. However, the name that you were calling, create object, right here, create class object, alright, you did not have this guy in there, alright, you have to supply the table, alright, that table is required so that it can create the, it can set the table columns, alright, so in this get class objects here, it creates a set of column. Right here, it says a column. Alright, so that's why it's missing. So what you need to do is just add the go to that create class object right here. Add this guy in there in your function. Alright, in this guy, add this guy right here. And before you use the iterate through the column names right here, columns, before you iterate through columns for this table, alright, call it first. Alright, call it. That's a call right there. So you set this guy class initialize equal to get class object, and then it will do its the rest of the stuff, which that's what it is. Alright, and then you return this class object to return that class object to this guy right here, to this guy, and then it's just going to display it for you. Alright, there you have it. That's not much. It's not a big a deal. It's pretty straightforward. You did everything right though, other than just pay attention to this calling this function or subroutine. Alright, pay attention to the to this guy, and if you look at it again, let me take that out. As soon as I see this, alright, I notice that it requires something, as I mentioned. See there, wrong number of argument, meaning this is the number of arguments in this function is either mistyped or not appropriately defined. Alright, in this case, the create class object does not require the parameter, the argument. So when I saw that, I said, oh, I know what's going on there. Remember I did that initially. So anyway, let's go back here. Let's Control Z. Yep. Control Z and bring that guy back. And that's all you have to do is just add that guy and call this guy. That's it. And the rest will you did a good job with that. The rest is good. Alright. There you go. That's nice and easy. Now enjoy the rest of your coding, because you're gonna need to get the CRUD. Alright, you need to work on the CRUD. You finish the class, you just need to work on the CRUD. I'm not gonna do the CRUD for you. Alright. But that's that. That's that. Happy programming. Gastao. Happy programming. Bye for now.